Now, sometimes you want to copy an entire website, so you can take your time with the offline copy because, if you're crawling all over a website too much, they might get suspicious because it would be unusual to request every single page from a website. So what you can do is you can slowly copy a website and then use that offline copy to go through and search for all sorts of stuff. So if you want to do that, you can use HTTrack. There are actually a number of website copiers, but this is one of them, and I've got it on Server 2016. I did a simple default install. I'm just going to start it, double-click it, start it, and we're going to pay attention to where it puts the stuff, and there's a little welcome, and I'm just going to click Next, and I'm going to create a project name, and I'm going to call it Copy certifiedhacker.com. Copy certifiedhacker.com. And it's going to go in See My Websites in Server 2016. So let's pay attention to that. You can browse to put it somewhere else by clicking this little browse button, but I'm happy with the default. We'll click Next. And you can either just type in the URL you want right here, or you can click Add URL. If you click the Add URL, it gives you the option also for username and password if necessary. So you can really go either way. I'm just going to type it right here, www.certifiedhacker.com. Hope I spelled that correctly. If I want to set any options, I can click Set Options. And I can, if it's FTP, I can use a proxy. I can set some scan rules to exclude certain types of files. I can set some limits on throughput, transfer rate, how deep I'm going to go. But I'm just going to go ahead and make it just the default. I'm not going to set any special options. So I'm copying www.certifiedhacker.com, clicking Next, and just going ahead and clicking Finish. And it may take a couple minutes because it's going to go grab the whole thing. You can see that it is going and grabbing. And if we didn't want to set off any alarms, we could have made it slower. But in our case, because this was set up specifically for us to practice with, and you can do this too, we'll just let it go at its default speed. So I'm going to pause the video because it will take a little bit. And when it's done, we're going to come back and see what we found. Okay, it's all done. Now, we're getting some flashing, this is cute, view error log. So it says mirroring operation complete. Click Exit to quit. See log files if necessary to ensure that everything's okay. So I have this big old blinking view error log. Let's just click it and see. And it's saying, if we just expand this a little bit, that warnings and errors reported for this mirror. Note, HTS log text file, HTS cache folder may contain sensitive information, such as username, password, or authentication for websites mirrored in this project. Do not share these files folders if you want information to remain private. Okay, so it's saying it has some not found 404 errors for a variety of things here, and I think that's fine. In our case, we don't really care. It says it took 1 minute and 33 seconds, 140 links scanned, 129 files written, and we received what looks like 2 megs, over 2 megabytes of data with some errors. So we have errors here that certain files were not found. I think we're okay with that. Now what we're going to do is we can browse the mirrored website. We can also just physically go out to the C drive as well. Let's click Browse Mirrored Website. And so what we're looking at here is an offline copy. This is your offline copy that you made. And you can see up here it's in the C drive, My Website's copy. It is not the actual online website. So now we can slowly take our time with this. And we can just look at different things. It's asking for a login. We don't have one. We don't really care because we were just demonstrating something here. That's probably part of the problem, is that because we didn't provide a username and password, it's probably why we didn't see some stuff. So anyway, I encourage you to try this, but remember that if you do it to a website that is really big, it's going to take a long time. And also, you might consider having it go a little slower so that you don't get them angry with you. But that is capturing an offline copy of an entire website, or as far as we could go, using a website mirroring tool called HTTrack.